Hey, it's Weed and Freak 976, Truth Teller here with Stupidest People in Politics. Today it's Glen Beck, an old favorite. Well, it's Glen Beck not being on my Stupidest People in Politics. It's like a shark not being in water. A live one. It's very rare. It does happen sometimes, but not too often. Shery Lanford Smith won a Tea Party fundraising person, blah blah blah, and Frank Anteroni. Buddy, you're going to get it for what you said about Gabrielle Giffords. But from the new issue of The Nation magazine, some good news for those who want to see the banks get it. New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman has opened an important new front in his battle to force accountability on the banks that fostered the financial collapse. On August 4th, he filed a challenge to the $8.5 billion settlement worked out between Bank of New York Mellon and its injured investors. An absolutely absurdly low figure, he suggested, compared with the $174 billion in toxic securities at stake. Yes, go get them. And save our post offices. They're going to lay off, close 3,653 post offices, perhaps as many as 4,300. Yikes, may not seem like a disaster in the making, but if the USPS goes forward with the plan, it will deal a blow to communities from coast to coast and further diminishes one of America's oldest public institutions. In addition to providing employment with an admirable record of hiring women, people of color, and people with disability, and investing them with real authority, the USPS has kept reliable public facilities in small towns and city neighborhoods that have often been abandoned by chain stores and restaurants, like public schools, post offices, and sources of identities for communities that are otherwise neglected by big government and multinational corporations. Another way that the little guy gets screwed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Stupidest People in Politics. Hello, ladies and gents and kids of all ages. Welcome to Stupidest People in Politics with the old Truth Teller, Weed and Freak 976 here. And ladies and gentlemen, get ready for it. It's been a good week for me. As somebody wanted me to sing in a video, so I did it for you. Bad week for America. And believe it or not, he didn't win this time because, boy, have I got some doozies for you. It's Lonesome Roads Beck, as Keith Overman called him. But you know what? You guys have watched enough of my videos to know. Keith, it's not Lonesome Roads Beck. When are you going to learn? It's Captain Crazy Bags. And Glen Beck said on his radio show, this is according to the Huffington Post, where I got this. I listened to the audio, but I'm going to take snippets in the article. Glen Beck said that Hurricane Irene was a blessing. Listen why. Glen Beck said Hurricane Irene is a blessing on his Friday radio show, saying it would teach people to be prepared for disasters. Well, I mean, the page don't want to come off here, folks, come on. Okay. If you waited until now, this hurricane is a blessing, he said. If it's God reminding you, as the earthquake was last week, you're not in control. You know what would be a blessing for us, Glenn? Considering the fact that your insensitive remarks, there's a possibility that over 1 million people could be affected by this sad and this awful hurricane, this natural disaster that's coming through. Number one, still don't think we don't have climate change? Number two, this would be a blessing. We found out there was intelligent life. They came down, and they said, we want a worthless specimen that means absolutely nothing to your society, so we can take up, probe, analyze, and do every other stupid test we can imagine, just to find out what makes you people actually work, and why you've been such a big disappointment. We could just give them you, Glenn. That would basically be the best thing we could do for humanity. Doing that would actually raise the IQ level of this planet by 1%. I guarantee you it would. I would miss the comedy, I admit. And I would miss calling you Captain Crazy Bags. But other than that, I really wouldn't. I would love to see life without you. I really would. Runner-up. Proof that the Tea Party is racist. Tea Party chair jokes about killing the Obamas on Facebook. Shery Lanford Smith, the chairwoman of the Somber Tea Party in South Carolina, posted a joke about killing Michelle and Barack Obama earlier this month. And this is from news1.com. Okay, let's get this, folks. Shery Lanford reportedly joked about throwing the couple out of a helicopter, then quickly removed it a few minutes later. Her Facebook status read, "I can throw both of them out of the window and make 256 million people very happy." Smith added, "If you're one of the 256 million people, pass it on." The only reason I would have passed it on would have been to show authorities and stuff, you know, so your stupid ass would be in jail right now. Okay? Oh, no, there's absolutely no racism whatsoever in the Tea Party. You guys are absolutely right. This has nothing to do with race. No, the only people you would make happy if that, you know, I mean, what if somebody would have made a joke about that about George Bush? The public would have had a right to have been angry. The public would have had a right to want that person in jail. You should not be a head of a Tea Party, wherever you're in Somber, South Carolina. You should be in jail right now. But the winner, and you know, believe it or not, this is even worse. Soon to be disgraced, running for Gabrielle Gifford's seat, Frank Anteroni. Okay, now this is from, believe it or not, Fox 11 AZ, local Fox news station. Yes, folks, I actually like the local Fox stations. It's the big cable one I don't like. Now, what this says is Congresswoman Gabrielle Gifford is less than 15 months away from re-election, and it's not clear whether she will run. Okay, now, since being shot on January 8th, this is the only clear video footage of Congresswoman Gabrielle Gifford when she came back to the House to vote on the debt ceiling. She has not granted any interviews, and potential political opponents, Frank Anteroni, says that that will have to change if she plans on running for re-election. I'm not even going to do a stupid voice on this one. The staff is going around making all these quotes, he says. But no one is speaking to the Congresswoman, said Arizona State Senator Frank Anteroni. In an interview with the Washington, D.C. political paper The Hill, the Republican Anteroni was asked whether he thinks Gifford is able to run and to represent the district. And if the media wants that question answered, they must keep asking me if she can run and represent the district. The answer is, I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. So I turned it back on him and said maybe the media should find out. Maybe they should ask for an interview. Maybe they should question her and see if she's able to run or not, because I don't know. Okay. 8 months ago, she was shot. 8 months ago. And this is what you write, or said. This is what you said. To show no compassion. To show no heart for a human being. Any one single person that votes for you is a rotten bastard. It is one thing if it's a healthy person who's avoiding questions, who's nothing wrong with them, and they're just avoiding questions. But when a young lady is still recovering, 8 months ago, a bullet, do you get this? You stupid, lousy son of a bitch! A bullet was put through her head. Does that make sense to you? I challenge you that if you were to get something like that were to ever happen to you, God forbid, that you would have to take interviews, have a bunch of blood-sucking media people trying to get answers from you while you're still trying to recuperate. You know what I would do? Then I would get all over them too, because you know what? You're still recovering. Her brain is still recovering. She will take questions and everything one day, but it's going to take time. You don't just get over something like that. This was not like her tripping and falling and hurting herself. A man, because of the anti-government rhetoric and stuff that was put on Fox and all of them, a man got so deranged and stuff that he went up and shot her. He wanted to kill her, blamed her for the immigration problem. It is garbage like you that causes all of this to happen. And anybody who defends pieces of shit like you should be ashamed of themselves. They shouldn't even be allowed. I mean, you don't know what is right. You don't know what is wrong. I'm so angry right now, I don't even know really what the rest to say is, other than Frank Anteroni, burn in hell. You rotten, filthy bastard, today's stupidest person in politics.